Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and our esteemed viewers joining us for this enlightening webinar. I am Shara Shaji, your moderator for our first slot of the webinar, and it is my honor to welcome two distinguished guest speakers who will share their invaluable insights on the topic empowering 21st century teenagers by navigating challenges and cultivating resilience for a brighter future. As we embark on this engaging webinar, it's important to note that we have three slots planned. The first slot will feature YB Thulsi Manogaran discussing the challenges faced by teenagers in the 21st century and the strategies to overcome them. Following that, we will enter the second slot with Mr. Jeremiah Lucas, where he will share his journey and the challenges he encountered from his diploma years to the present, along with the ways he conquered those challenges. And finally, in our third slot, we'll have an interactive Q&A session. So, without further ado, let's begin with our first slot featuring YB Tulisi Manogaran, where we explore the challenges faced by teenagers in this 21st century and how we can overcome them. But before that, let me give you an overview of YB Tulisi's achievements. Our first speaker is YB Thulsi Manogaran, an accomplished state legislative assemblywoman representing the vibrant community of Buntong, Perak. Her tireless dedication to public service is matched by her academic excellence, as she holds an LL.B. Honors degree from the prestigious University of Malaya and is recognized as an advocate and Solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. With her profound expertise, YB Thulsi Manogaran will guide us through this first slot of our webinar, where we will delve into the challenges faced by teenagers in the 21st century and the effective ways to overcome them. Now, let's move on to our topic today. Good evening, YB Thulsi.
Hi, good evening. Hi. Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank
Hi,
you for
YB.
having me.
Okay, YB, can you please share with us what are the main challenges that you think teenagers are facing in this 21st century?
Um, I think teenagers faced a whole range of different problems. But one of the major issues I feel teenagers face today is social media, and that affects many aspects in their life, including self-esteem, identity. They also face bullying. I think online bullying is very rampant. It happens everywhere. It happens throughout school, continues to higher education, tertiary institutions. It also is a matter of um, accommodating to social media, trying to create an identity that is validated on social media instead of creating an identity that is that you feel you are comfortable with. I think that is a big challenge. If you look at teenagers today, they start school perhaps at 7 and they already know what Facebook is, they already know what Instagram is, and they already know what TikTok is. So everybody's life is on public display. And I think that is a big challenge. I think that is also very challenging to parents who have to raise these teenagers because you want to match your lifestyle with your peers. You want to match your lifestyle with your friends, and you want to match your lifestyle with influences on social media. And you want to try whatever they're doing. They are marketing products and they are making a living. But what we don't understand is that that's their job. Not everything that they do, you need to do. So I think these are the challenges that they face. And not being able to understand that social media is an entity that does not necessarily have to play a big role in your life. I think it is a tool that you are supposed to use to learn, to communicate, to expand your knowledge, to keep up with what's happening in the country, around the world. It is to gain information on certain issues. That is where you use social media. But if social media goes to the extent of which it affects your life so much that you are pressured, you are stressed, you do not know how to manage expectations, you do not know how to live within your means, then that becomes an issue to me. Um, and I don't think today the problem is digital literacy, or today the problem is how does one maneuver through the computer. I think in today's age and time, if you give a kid or you give a teenager any gadget, they will know how to maneuver it, they will know how to use it. So I think that is not an issue. The issue is, what are they being exposed on through these electronic gadgets and through the world wide web, you know, the internet, the social media. What is being exposed to teenagers nowadays is the key issue. But I think what's bigger than that is bullying. I have realized that online bullying and physical bullying in school is also a serious issue that, to me, needs to be looked into very, very seriously. Um, you hear of children being beaten, you hear of teenagers getting into a fight, you hear teenagers thinking about suicide, you hear that teenagers are depressed because they feel left out. So I think these are very real challenges that teenagers face today. Um, I think these problems have been there for many years, but the social media has made it very, very difficult. It has complicated things way too much. Like, I think recently there was school bullying in a school in Puchong, SMK Puchong, right? And we've seen it online that there were fighting and bullying, and children just hit each other. So I think, where is this rage, this anger? Where is it coming from? What tells them that I have the right to hurt another person, whether it's physically or whether it's by words, whether it's by online tweets? We where do they get that um, confidence that I can hit anyone, and I can throw words and I can bully another person? Where do they get this from? I think that is the bigger challenge for teenagers today, because the bullies are a few, but those who get bullied are a lot more. I think that is where it is. I feel um, where teenagers lack the exposure and the empathy, the kindness. I think that needs to be inculcated more in school. I think we need to educate children that um, it's good to be kind. It's good to think about others. I think that's nice. Something that you can know you that you will stay with the person until they are, an adult, and then they become part of the community, part of the country, and they can serve the country better. Because if you have bullies becoming adults, going into the working world, becoming leaders, can you imagine if they become like me or YB somewhere? I don't think they're going to do a good job. So it's very important. It may be very small. You may not feel the effect and the impact of it today, but if you really look at the bigger picture and you take a bird's eye view of things, we need to understand that social media needs to be controlled. All children and teenagers need to be educated as to how to use social media. So if you want to bully someone on social media, someone needs to think twice, or everyone needs to think twice. That is where we should be going towards.
Thank you, YB, for that insightful sharing. Indeed, bullying needs to be overcome. So now I would like to proceed to the Q&A session, as this will be a really quick one. So anyone with any question, you may drop it at the comment section at the comment box, and YB will be answering your questions right away. Okay, we have a question from Tivia Sukumar. Good evening, YB. She says, what are your hopes?
Yeah,
What
I
are
can,
your hopes for the upcoming generation of teenagers? How you?
I think, I think my hope is for everyone to be kind to everyone. I think that I see that teenagers today need to understand what is compassion, what is kindness. And I think these values need to go beyond race and religion. So if you are still thinking within the means of, I am a particular race and I'm only going to be this race and this religion, and I'm only going to support and help, or in that sense, I think that's not very healthy for the country. um, the world is doing a lot of other things. The whole entire world is heading towards a path where we have, Malaysia is very, very, very behind. 20 years ago, China was worse than us, but today China is one of the most powerful superpowers in the world. They have technology that a lot of other countries don't have. So I think if we keep looking at race and religion, we're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to be Malaysia that is far behind and talking about petty matters that are so trivial and small that other people will start laughing at you. I think my hopes for teenagers is start looking at the bigger picture. If you keep thinking about race and religion, you are not going to go anywhere. This country is not going to go anywhere. It will fall and crumble one day. And we are heading there because it has been race and religion for so long that we are today where we are. We have so much of debt. We have so much of um, uh, uh, lack of progress in terms of economic reforms. We have so much of corruption. We have a backdated system where we could have been way better. Our educational system is not really that good compared to many other countries. Countries like Vietnam and Singapore is beating us. So where is Malaysia on the world map? I think that is the question we need to ask ourselves. And my hopes is that teenagers today will start thinking beyond race and religion and be kind and compassionate, because we're all humans at the end of the day. That is what my hopes are.
Thank you, YB, for the answer. Now we'll have one last question before our photography session. So anybody, you may ask your questions now.
Good evening, YB. May I know what motivated you to transition into a career in politics after studying law?
Um, okay, it's a personal question, but it's a nice question. I I have been involved with Democratic Action Party, DAP, since I was 18 years old. So I have worked with DAP on a voluntary basis that time. I was still a student in UM, and I helped DAP to run election campaigns. I go and volunteer and I learned. And I then decided that I will give myself time. Uh, so I will give myself time to decide if I want to join the party officially. So everybody knows that I represent and I'm a YB through the Democratic Action Party, DAP, right? So after studying 4 years in UM, in 2013, I decided that I will officially join DAP because I saw how DAP leaders could make a difference serving the people. And I decided that, yeah, I can help people if I'm a lawyer, but I think I can help the entire country if I'm a politician. So I decided to be a politician because I saw with my eyes um, how politicians can make a difference. So we can make a difference in law, we can make a difference in policy making, we can help people change lives. So I think that impact is way bigger. So that is why I decided, okay, I think being a lawyer is not my cup of tea. I want to play a bigger role. I want to have a bigger impact. And I think I have I have a bigger role to play in my country, which I love very much. Yeah, so that's why I decided to be a politician.
Thank you, YB, for the answers. And now let's move on to the short photography session. So everybody present, you may open your camera and we'll take a few shots with YB. Okay, is everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, with that, that is the end of our photography session. Thank you, YB Thulsi, for gracing our webinar with your presence and sharing your invaluable insights. Your contribution is deeply appreciated, and your wisdom will undoubtedly benefit our audience and our viewers as well. We are really honored to have you today with us. Till we meet again someday in the future, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. All the best to all of you, and I hope to see you in person one day. Thank you. If you come to Ipoh, please come and visit me. Thank you.
Thank you, YB.
Bye.
Okay, now without further ado, let's move to our second slot with our second moderator and our second speaker. Thank you.
Alright, moving on to the second slide. Welcome to our empowering webinar where we aim to inspire and guide 21st century teenagers. I am Aina Nabila binti Adnan and I will be your host for the second part of today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished speaker for today's slot, Mr. Jeremiah Lucas, is an accomplished individual with a wealth of knowledge and experience to share, particularly in the realm of education and advocacy for students' rights. Before we delve into the heart of our discussion, let's take a moment to introduce him more thoroughly. Mr. Jeremiah has been a source of inspiration for many, known for his remarkable achievement in education. He currently serves as a dedicated teacher trainee, where his passion for shaping the future of the younger generation truly shines. His commitment to education goes beyond the classroom, as he also holds the esteemed position President of the Student Council at IPG Campus Raja Malewa, showcasing his leadership. So, how are you, Mr. Jeremiah?
Good evening, I'm doing good. How about you? Can you guys hear me? Excuse me?
I'm sorry, Mr. Jeremiah. I think there is a sound problem.
Wait. Hello, can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Good evening, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Is everything okay? Dengar?
Mr. Jeremiah, are you?
Yes, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Alright, let's move on. Mr. Jeremiah is also an active member of the Majlis Perundingan Pelajar Kebangsaan, a prominent community organisation in Malaysia. This organisation plays a vital role in championing the rights and welfare of university students throughout the country. Mr. Jeremiah, would you like to share a few words about your background and accomplishments?
Hello, is it clear?
Yeah, it's here.
Okay. I'm so sorry because I'm outside now because it's raining outside, so I have to stay here. So a bit noisy here, but I try to be to share the best experiences to all of you guys today. Hello everyone. My name is Jeremiah Lucas Jugo, anak David. You guys can call me J in short, J. And first of all, I would like to say thank you so much for inviting me tonight. to share my experiences, my journey, and my knowledge to everyone today. But long story short, I'm not I'm not that good person. I'm still learning, and I'm still finding more experiences uh, in educations. Okay. To share about my journey, I'm an active student right now in IPG Campus Raja Malaya, currently doing my Bachelor of Teachings, majoring in guidance and counseling, minoring in music education. So for information, I used to be, I'm not I used to be, but I'm a graduate student from University Putra Malaysia back in 2019 until 2021. There's 2 years. Actually, it's only 1.5 years, but due to COVID-19, it takes 2 years for me to graduate from my diploma in science. So what I can say, I joining or I be here today, as you guys can see me in IPG right now. It's not an easy journey for me. It's always be my ups and downs. So for your information, this is very interesting fact for you, where this is my third time to apply for IPG, and this is my third time. It's a lot for me because I've been rejected from IPG twice. So yeah, it's not an easy journey for me to be here today. As long as my intention is good to be a teacher, to to give back to the community, yes, here I am today in IPG. To share my accomplishments today, I have a lot actually, but what I can say is I'm an active volunteer. I love to help people. I love to share my empathy to people. I love to give back to the community. That is the important things what I can share to you guys tonight. There's a lot actually, but maybe we can share. You can see or you can follow me on IG what I have done to the community, to my IPG, and especially to our IPG in Malaysia.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Jeremiah. Your experiences and insight are truly inspiring. Okay, right now, our audience is eager to hear about the challenges you have encountered and how you navigated them. Let's start with your time during your diploma education. Could you please share some of the challenges you faced back then?
Thank you for the questions. What I can say about my diploma year is not, it's very different. It's totally different with our IPG time share. I would say that I a bit shocked, culture shock with our time management in IPG. Because what I can say and what I can share my diploma year, it's very fun. It's very like we have a lot of leisure time. What I can see, our leisure time we can spend a lot of time, especially in University of Putra Malaysia, where my major is diploma in science. But still, we applying the green concept, where I have spend a lot of time with the animals, with the plants, and so on about my diploma. The challenges there's not so many challenges what I can share, but due to COVID-19. My third year and my second year, my final year in University of Putra Malaysia is during our pandemic COVID-19. It's very challenging where we have to spend a whole day in our laptop, in front of our laptop. It's different with IPG because that time it's our first visual classes. So from morning to late night, I've been spending time for my diploma. But then there's no different from now because my diploma year, what I can say is more fun. I'm not comparing my diploma years in university life and in IPG life. No, I no intentions to compare. But what I can say is it's totally different because in my diploma year, what I can say is we have to be independent. I'm very independent person that time because in university level you have to stand alone. There's no lecturer will guide you from A to Z as what you can say, as what your lecturer guiding you now. It's totally different. When people say, "Whoa, I wish I'm I were in university life," but please know what I can say. You have to be glad what you have now, especially you are in IPG, because the challenges is very different. What you can see um, from the best from university level, maybe you can see the fun, You can see the enjoyment, you can see the time management, but then you never see how they are struggling with their life, especially from the money, from the fees, from the yes, because there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of students there. You have to compete each another, because yeah, it's very hard for you to shine. Not to shine. I didn't mean to shine. It's very hard for you to be you. You have to follow your. You always depending on your MPP. Yeah, Majlis Perwakilan Pelajar. It's your Student Representative Council. But in IPG, what I can say, the lecture is very. They have to make sure you guys um, and not be alone. You guys always be guided, and so on. I think not so much challenges for me when back in my diploma year.
All right, thank you. That sounds very fascinating. Your insights are valuable, and I think everyone, the participants, even me myself, I can relate with your experiences. All right, now as you have transitioned into your degree life, you have moved to your degree life. We are curious to know if, as a president of the student council, how do you manage to adapt to the challenges as a leader, especially? How do you face those challenges?
Oh wow, it's very like a curiosity questions from you guys. You really want to know my journey, my time management, but it's not easy for me because this is my second year to be a representative council, where before this I'm just a vice president, and now I've been appointed as a president of JBP IPG Raja Malaya, and now I'm one of the president JBP in Malaysia. So it's very different for me to change my university life to my IPG life, because what I can say is my transition from my diploma year to degree life is where I restart my education journey, where I have done my diploma. I graduated from my diploma 2021, and I restart to join our foundations, where is EPISMP. And I think that is one of the challenges for me. People might not see that as a challenge, but for me, yes, because you have to catch the time, because your age is keep increasing. So I mean, like my classmate, even though my classmate is younger 2 years than me, so I think that my age is one of the challenges for me in the past. So to relate my degree life and my leadership position right now, I think it's very tough. Honestly, it is very tough, because we have to serve the students. We have to give back to the students. We have to know our responsibility as a leader. The time, what I can say, my time is very unhealthy. I can share you guys one tips. Not tips. It's very unhealthy tips. It's only can be applied for me, because I'm not sharing this to everyone, because it's very unhealthy. I'm not guarantee you guys can do this and apply it. To share with you guys, I always spend my 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. for my study and my assignment things, because I will spend my time 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. for my leadership work, such as for JPP, not just for my campus, but also for all the YDP in Malaysia. Sounds sounds hectic, but for me, it's I can adapt with it, because what I can say, because the responsibility in me, I can say that oh, this is I have to do this. People appoint me to do this work. You have to know your responsibility. So I have to know my responsibility, and I have to done my work as good as I can, as as much as I can. So I think that people who are admire me, I can say I'm not a good role model for you guys. I'm still learning, but then to talk about my diploma year to degree year, not so much difference, because I will be like I can say that my degree life is more comfort, because all you need is your lecturer. If you didn't do your work, if you didn't submit your work on time, your lecturer will see you. Like you have to know your responsibility as a student, because IPG really help you guys and really guide you guys from A to Z, not just like university life as you guys expecting before. I think that's a bit much what I can say my degree life and my leadership works for now.
Thank you, Mr. Jeremiah, for sharing your personal tips and experiences. I think everybody, the audience are truly inspired, and it is evident that your resilience and your determination played a significant role in your success. Your insights are truly valuable, and we undoubtedly resonate with our audience. Now, let's transition to the next phase of our discussion. I would like to pass on the next segment to our moderator, Zayani.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. I'm sorry. Hello everyone. I'm Nur Zaini binti Zamri and I'll be your moderator for the Q&A session. I hope you have been enjoying our webinar so far. We have covered some incredible insights and now it's time for one of my favorite parts, which is the Q&A session. I know many of you guys have burning questions and we are here to get them answered. If you haven't dropped your question in the chat box, there is still time to do so. Don't waste your opportunity to ask some questions to our second panel, Mr. Jeremiah Lucas. Now, let's dive right in. Our first question, submitted by Tivia Sugumar, is a gem. How do you maintain a consistent pointer in every semester despite your busy schedule? I'm curious about the personal stories behind your experts. Mr. Jeremiah, would you care to share your story with us?
Okay, thank you for the questions. To talk about it's very personal, but this is you guys will be glad because I'm not really share with my pointer to you guys. But for you guys tonight, I will share a bit. Where for this degree, what I can say, my CGPA is 3.96. So it's not. Uh, I'm not saying that I'm showing off my CGPA, but what I can say is, no matter what positions you are holding in now, didn't it doesn't influence your academic performance. What you have to do, your responsibility as a student. My pointer, I always keep my pointer maintained because I know this is the time for me to increase, to be better person, to improve from semester by semester. Because there's always one stigma from the society where leader will always ignore or neglect their educations. That is why the pointer will influence their leadership work will influence their results and so on. But for me, I will try to change all the stigma and perceptions of the society because here I am to show that all the leaders have the potential to shine, to have a good grade, to have a better because we have to be different. We have to be someone who can be a better person and to be a model to, sorry, there's a bit noisy here, to the society. But what I can say to consistent my pointer, I have to share you guys my tips just now, where I never skip my study. I never skip my study. I always have this one feeling. I always have this anxious feeling. Anxious feeling. If I'm not studying, I will feel anxious. What if I skip my class? What if I skip my lesson? I will be misleading behind. So that I think this anxious feelings is a good and positive feeling for me. So that, hello, you guys can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very clear.
Okay, sorry. So that my anxious feeling, I will at least spend 20 to 30% to study every single night because 1 to 3 a.m. is the right time for me to study because that time the blog is very quiet and I think my roommate is sleeping that time and that moment, and that's the only time I can study and do my work. And second thing is very important for me. Always have a good networking and connections with your lecturers. Never be rude to your lecturers and everything. Always seek for help. Don't be sticky with knowledge. Always share your knowledge to everyone. Be active and be active in class. I didn't. I'm not. I'm not a studying person. I'm not that nerd study person. I'm not. I hate reading books. I'm not a. I'm not a person who loves to read. But I always set in my mind every time I go to class, I will spend my 100% energy for my lecturers. Yeah, that is the tips. I will not. If I spend my time or spend my energy to my lectures in the class, I will not be sleepy, and I think that I am feel I will be appreciated because the lecturers will respond me and so on. That's the least that I can share about my pointer and how am I maintaining my pointer every semester. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing the inspiring story. It's always fascinating to learn about the journeys that bring us here. Now, let's move on to the next question. A question from Nurul Izati. What are some key skills or qualities that teenagers can develop to prepare for a brighter future? Mr. Jeremiah, your experience must have equipped you with some valuable insights on improving life quality. Can you shed some light on this?
Sorry, could you repeat the questions? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sure. A question from Nurul Izzati. What are some key skills or qualities that teenagers can develop to prepare for a brighter future?
Okay, to all the teenagers out there, what I can say is do not keep studying. Go level by level. What I mean is never stop your educations just because you have no pride, you have no intention to study. No, reset your mind that education today is very important. No matter what course, no matter what level you are in now, always know that education is one of the major things that you need in your life. The second thing is stop dreaming. Stop dreaming, teenagers, because I think the dream will not help you physically because all you need is your intention to study, your intentions to have a bright future. If you still dreaming or you keep dreaming on your future because oh I think I have to be someone else, but then you have uh, no intentions to move yourself forward, it didn't help you at all. Just what I have shared to you guys just now. Even though I have graduated from my diploma, I just can pursuing my study to another level. For your information, I have offer by University Malaysia Kelantan back in 2021 for doctor of veterinary. But then I refused to go for it because I know that my future is for the young generations. So that I choose to be a teacher, and now I'm in IPG to share my journey to everyone. But the quality and key skill what I can share is not so much things as long as you have a realistic, a shine goals for your future. Maybe you are in the comfort zone now in IPG, but it doesn't mean that you will be a good person in the future. That's always keep in my mind. Always keep this word in my mind. Always go out from your comfort zone. Always try to adapt yourself with the busyness, with the all the programs out there because it will help you at least to adapt to the situations in the future. That is what I did now. Maybe you can see where I have go, where I've went to before this. It's because of my mind. For now, what I can share, I will not able to go anyway because I have take more than 50% my attendance and my lecture will not allow me to go out because I think I love to go out. I love to join any program. I love busyness because so much time because I have my mental is not good. Not I'm saying that I'm stressing full or anything else. What I can say is busyness helped me to be a better person in terms of physical and mental. Um, I think to prepare for the bright future is all on yourself. It's because everything is on you. But then you can admire someone. You can admire someone to be your role model. Because when you admire someone, you will seek help for the persons, that particular persons. At least you can help or ask a tips or advices from that particular person to help you, to guide you from A to Z. Never be alone. You are not alone in education actually. You try to be a better person, but then you do not standing alone because it didn't help you at all. Your friends, your lecturers, your surroundings is matter for you. No matter what, you are still young to go for the bright future. I think that's how much sharings that I can share to you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Jeremiah, for sharing your valuable insights. This has been a thought-provocative discussion on the future of teenagers, and we appreciate your valuable contributions. Without further ado, let us move on to the next question. Here's a question from one Nurul Hanan that many of us might be pondering. Can you provide tips for time management and balancing schoolwork with other activities? Mr. Jeremiah, given your expertise and experiences, we're eager to hear your sharing.
My time management, right?
Yes, your time management.
Oh, it's very. I think it's very. I think people. It's hard for people to adapt with my time management. But then, uh, I, for your information, I'm a sleepy person. I love to sleep most of the time. But then, as you know, our class in IPG is starting from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That is our time to study, not study, to attend the class. But then we back to after classes, where 6 to 7 is where I'm go out to get a heal, my healing phase every night, every day. 6 to 7, and 7 to 9 is where I'm enjoying my dinner with my friends. I always spend at least 2 hours or 3 hours with my friends because yes, that's the only thing that I can do in IPG to release my tension is with friends. But then I never skip my work as a leader, where I will spend my 9 or 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. for my leadership work, such as all the paperwork, all the things that are related to our program, not just in my IPG, but then I have to control 27 IPG. You know how many IPG that I have to handle, including the YDP. I think your YDP also, I always uh, keep in touch with him, Hafi, right? So he's a very good person, and that is the right time for me to deal with people, to share, to work as a leader. But then I always spend my 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. I think the maximum time is 4 a.m. I have to study or settle my assignments. Yes, people might say that you might be a person who will done the assignments right in the time. I mean, like on time. No, I'm not. I'm a person who love last minute things. Yes, I can feel that people who love to submit their assignments last minute, but it's normal for me. It's normal. It's very normal. It's not a barrier for you. It's challenges for you to submit your assignment. But then my time management is very unhealthy. I always be blamed by my lecturer because I always spend my 1 to 4 a.m. to study and to do my assignment because I'm sure I have two role as a student. One as a full time student, and second is a leader for my leadership's organizations. So by right time, what I can say, it's very unhealthy time management. But then what I can teach you guys is always set your mind. If you have time to rest, get an enough rest, because the rest that you have before you study, it will help you to keep and to keep active at night to study. But when we talk about time management, it's always on yourself. I think that's a bit sharing that I can share to you guys. Thank you.
Fascinating insights into your sharing. It's clear that time management is indeed extremely important for us as a student. Now let's keep the momentum going with another thought-provoking question. This one's might be the last question, which is from Maisara Huda. What advice do you have for teenagers looking to set and achieve their long-term goals? Mr. Jeremiah, would you like to share your advice on this delicate question?
Okay, thank you for the questions. I think I'm still a teenager, but I can share to you guys some of the tips that I can, you all the teenagers can use in the future. One, always have a realistic goals, not a dream, but a realistic goals that you can achieve step by step. You cannot set a realistic goal from A and you jump to Z. No, you have to from A to B, C, D, step by step. Because if someone who are succeed right now, where you can see they go from bottom to the top. So that is one of the tip. And second is always plan your interest about your career now, because I know that some of people here go to IPGs because of the benefits of the parents, and so on. But then this is the time where you have to plan your interest from the bottom, because as what you can see, before this, I'm a science student. I really have a big dream for science field, such as doctor, and also and so on. But then, I think that my interest is more to psychology. So that is why I'm here as a counselor, future teacher, so that I feel that this is the time where I can go for it. And the third tips is always be yourself and be happy. It might be a simple word for you, but then if you are happy, you are being yourself, I think it's so much can help you to be a better teenagers and better person. Because I'm a very strongly advocate to the mental illness. Because what I can say is people nowadays are talking about mental just like a trend. It's not a trend. They are harming themselves to get attention. They are stressing full because they think they are cool. No, that is not. People or teenagers right now think it's one of the cool things that people to just to gain an attention. That is not the way to help yourself. That is not the way to be a better person as a teenager. No, do not ever play with your mental today. Because what I can see from trend to trend, mental illness is one of the trends for the teenagers. I always advise to my friends who are always think that mental illness is cool because they can get attention, but please strongly say no to mental abuse and so on. If you have time, like you are feeling stressful, you can help. You can actually you can go for me. I will always for there for you guys, and we help you guys as much as I can. Sounds cliche, but one day you will need it. What I can share today, you will remember it. And the next tips, I mean like the next advice is always know your limit. If you cannot do that things, never force yourself to be like someone, because your limit is you have your own limit. If you try to be a someone, you have you want to be a better person, but then you didn't know your limit, you go beyond your limit, it will harm yourself. You are not in a safe or comfort zone. But then try to know your limit. And the next is always adapt to any situations. Adapt. One thing I always keep in my mind is one word: adapt. No matter where you go, no matter what you are doing now, always adapt with that things. Because at the end of the day, you will need that situation in your future. You will go for it. You will experience the situation what you have adapted now. And the last advice to all my beloved IPG friends from IPG campus, Tun Hussein on, always be active, gain more knowledge and experiences. If you really need tips, if you really need help, you can go for me. You can seek help from me because I'm here to help people. I'm here to help you guys here. And I always pray for people, especially you guys today, to be a better persons, to be a better students, and for your future. Thank you. That's some of the advices that I can share to you guys tonight. Thank you.
Wonderful advice. I'm sure our participants appreciate your guidance. Thank you for sharing that personal journey with us. Now, we have covered some fantastic ground with your questions today. A big thank you to our amazing speaker, Mr. Jeremiah Lucas, for his insights, and to all of you for your thoughtful questions. As we wrap up this Q&A session, I'm reminded of the incredible curiosity and engagement from our audience. Your questions have added layers of depth to our discussions, and I want to express our gratitude for that. We have explored the professional journeys, challenges, and visions of our esteemed speakers. Each question brought us closer to understanding the intricacies of navigating challenges and cultivating resiliences for a brighter future. It is this shared knowledge that makes events like this so powerful. And with that, I'll pass the floor to the second moderator, Miss Aina Nabila binti Adnan, for the photography session.
Before we bid farewell, we have a wonderful opportunity to you all. We invite you to join us in a virtual group photo session with our speaker, Mr. Jeremiah Lucas. It's a chance to capture this moment and share your appreciation with him. Alright, ready everyone? Alright, 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Alright, thank you. Before we conclude, I would like to express our deep appreciation to Mr. Jeremiah Lucas for his time, insights, and inspiration. You left an indelible mark on our audience today. Your stories of resilience and determination are truly inspiring. Thank you for making this webinar a memorable one.
Before we officially conclude, I want to express our deepest gratitude. First and foremost, a heartfelt thank you to our incredible speakers. Your expertise, passion, and willingness to share your knowledge have truly enriched this session. Your contributions have not only educated us but inspired us to think differently and aim higher. To our wonderful audience, you are the heartbeat of this webinar. Your thoughtful questions and active participations have created a dynamic and engaging atmosphere. It's your thirst for knowledge and your commitment to learning that makes events like this so fulfilling. Let's take a moment to appreciate the collective wisdom in this virtual room, the blend of expertise from our speakers and the curiosity from our audience. So a big thank you to our speakers, a heartfelt appreciation to our audience, and a reminder to everyone that the learning journey continues. Stay engaged, stay inspired, and stay connected. With that, let's eagerly anticipate with what the rest of our webinar has in store. Thank you all, and here's to a future filled with discovery and success. Last but not least, don't forget to claim your participation e-certificate by clicking the link on the chat box in the YouTube live. Thank you and good night.
Good job, everyone. Congratulations.